All right, we need to talk about the red pill. And no, not the movie. I'm talking about the movement that has turned half the internet into wannabe alpha male gurus recording podcasts. So this video is not about hating men. It's not about simping. It's just me being honest about why the red pill culture is low-key ruining a lot of dudes and their lives and overall their perception on dating and relationships. So now, yes, I have had comments on my channel saying that I am red pill. I've also had a few that said I'm blue pill. I don't subscribe to either one. Now, do I lean more red pill in terms of my ideologies and my standards and how I view dating? Yes, I'm definitely more red pill. But the whole culture and the whole cult-like following that is the red pill, it's a bit of a problem. Now, the red pill started off real, and even still today, it's still good. There's a lot of great points and things that the red pill does talk about, and that does help every day with men and building themselves into someone that is worth respecting and dating. And men do have struggles. Dating today is harder, and social media has messed up everyone's expectations. Those are all things that I have talked about many times on my channel, and those are things that the red pill talks about a ton. And back in the day, it was about just being confident and understanding human behavior and working on yourself. But now, somewhere along the way, it's become something completely different, and that is the red pill has that 100%. They have 100% right. But then it turned into a cult. I feel like it happened overnight, where every random dude with a microphone just became a high-value man expert just because they want to bash dating and bash women. Because that's the thing. Like, the more content has evolved from red pill, it kind of comes across gay. I'm just being honest. I mean, all they sit there and do is just talk about and bashing women. It's like, I mean, it just sounds like you're just gay, because all you're saying is, oh, relationships are bad. You should never date a girl. Don't get in a relationship. All girls are bad. They're all hoes. And it's always blaming the women. Women are the problem. If she breathes, she belongs to the streets. Like, it's not that deep. Okay, there are women out there that are worth dating and that are, they're not easy to find, but there are out there. And for you to just swear off women in dating, it doesn't help anything. It's not going to bring you any more happier or bring you any more peace. Now, if it's something that, and I've said this before, where even if you want to swear off dating and you're happier being by yourself and being single your whole life, that's completely fine. But I think in order to know if that's something you really want to do, you have to get out in the dating field and at least try it. And I'm not saying just one relationship. You need to have multiple different relationships to know if it's something that's really for you, or if you're a type of person that just wants to live their life being single. And that's completely fine if that's something you want to do. But it just feels that the red pill went from self-improvement to an echo chamber where everyone says the same recycled lines. And again, the point of self-improving and having standards for your relationships are good. But it gets to the point where it teaches men to hate women. And this is really the main problem I have with the red pill. All it does is it's training young men to view women as enemies. And it's pushing the dating world even further apart than it already is. Yes, it has problems. And yes, it's okay to talk about them. As I do with my channel, I will talk about that it is hard to date. It's hard to find a relationship that's worth having and that's worth pursuing. Because yes, there are plenty of women out here that are not worth your time. And that's okay to say. But I will also say that you should not give up on dating and on love. You should still keep your mind open, and don't just close that door on your life. Because I know a lot of you guys out there want a relationship. You want love. You want to have kids, you want to get married, and those are all great things. But don't just shut the door on it just because it's hard, and it's harder than it's ever been before. That is true. And the red pill, they just want you to just learn to talk to girls and just hook up with them. But it's more than that. They should really focus more on building healthy relationships and understand people, instead of just saying, never trust a woman. All women want are money. Every woman is a 304, as they love to use that stupid slang, the 304. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it stupid. I guess it's kind of clever, the 304, but it makes men miserable. Because that's the wild part, is the red pill content is supposed to make men stronger, which with a lot of again, I like a lot of points and a lot of the things the red pill does talk about. But once you get past the whole self-improvement thing, it's just making men even more lonely. You end up scared to date, scared to commit, and you're scared to be vulnerable, and that actually makes you scared to be yourself. So it makes it really hard. And I'll name them the Fresh and Fit podcast. They are, to me, at least the one that I know, it's probably, if not, they're one of the bigger, if not the biggest, red pill podcasts out there. I don't know if they still classify themselves as red pill, but I know back a few years that's what they were known for. And they give great advice, right? They give a lot of great advice for men, for young men, whether it's self-improvement, money, dating. But my biggest problem is, it's all that for what, though? Because neither one of them have any kids. Neither one of them are married or in a long-term relationship. So they're on this high horse telling you what to do. But and when it comes to dating, but it's like you that's great. Yeah, you might hook up with a bunch of girls and everything. That's cool. But that stuff gets boring after a while. Trust me. You can only hook up with so many girls before you get bored of it. So I don't know. It's like, is that their goals in life, to actually have a healthy relationship with a woman, or they just want to just sit on their high horse and bash women and just say dating's not worth it? So I don't know. Maybe they change. I haven't watched them in a while. But again, I like their podcast, but just they're missing a very big part in their ideology that I believe in. It's, if you're going to be talking about these things and you're going to have a show and you're going to have programs that you charge money for people, it should be bulletproof. It should be covering all aspects of life, especially in dating when you're talking about that. And what actually works instead is, like they always say, hit the gym is great. Work on your money, find hobbies, build confidence, have standards, don't tolerate disrespect, but don't be bitter and hateful. It's that last part that they get all those other things right. They hit the nail right on the head with all those other things. The red pill movement. But it's that bitterness, having that hate towards women is just not going to do anything. It's going to make you scared. It's going to make you afraid to commit. It's going to make you think that you can never trust a girl and that everything you want is in the world somewhere. But it's just with anything else, right? Hitting the gym every day is hard. Getting a six-pack is hard. Becoming rich is hard. Building confidence is hard. So why wouldn't dating be hard? And that's the thing with the red pill. They'll say all those other things are hard and you have to keep working through with it and you got to keep doing it. So why is dating the opposite? Why is dating no, it's just how the world is, and it's not even worth committing. It's not worth having a long-term relationship. It's just worth sleeping around and not committing. I just don't agree with that. And that, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it is, because again, it's making men more lonely, and it's not letting them, it's keeping a big piece of a lot of what a lot of men want in life. It's keeping it away. And you don't need to be an alpha. You just need to be a grown man with goals and that has confidence and respect for himself. And that does have standards. There's nothing wrong with having standards. You know, I'll always say, you should not date a girl with guy friends. You shouldn't date a girl that goes to parties and clubs all the time. You shouldn't date a girl that goes on girls trips every month. You should not do those things. That should be on the top of your list for standards. Those are red flags. But women are not the enemy. You know, the life, it's not like that. You know, you don't need to be in warrior mode to go on a date at Applebee's, right? Your life is not dating is not a battlefield, you know? So it's just, yeah. Red pill has some truths, but it's the overall culture around it has killed it. And it has become very toxic, and it's ruining dudes. And I'm definitely not here to cancel it. I'm just here to talk about the parts no one wants to admit, and no one really calls them out on it. And I'd love to hear your guys' advice, your guys' comments. But yeah, don't call me red pill or blue pill, because I'm not neither one of those things. Because again, I've gotten a lot more red pill comments than blue pill comments, but it's like, buddy, I'm not either one of those things. It's the same thing with politics. I don't vote. I'm not Republican or Democrat. Yes, do I lean more Republican? Sure, but I'm neither one of those things. So, again, I'm neither one, neither side. I am just a independent thinker, and I like to come up with my own ideologies, and I like to talk about them. And again, I make these videos not for everyone to agree with me, but I want to get people's minds and their brains working and getting those thinking muscles really working out, and to not just blindly follow people just because they're a part of something or a movement that you like and you feel like you have to agree with everything they say. That's why I can't stand politics and movements like Red Pill and even BLM. Like I don't, or Blue Pill, whatever, these mass movements I don't like, because it keeps people from being their own person, because it's like they have to agree with everything they say and have to do everything they do, or they can't be a part of them. When in reality, it should not be like that. You should be able to be yourself, think for yourself, and do what you want to do and what's going to make you happy in life. And you have to experiment and fail and learn and try different things to find that out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave your comments down below on what you think, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.